Number 5. The White Lady. The urban legend of the Lady in White is probably one of the most well-known ghost stories across the Philippines. She has long black hair covering her face and wears an all-white dress. They say she wanders the roads at night looking for motorists driving alone. Some say she died in a horrible accident. Others say she was hit by a car and left on the side of the road bleeding to death crying for help. And others say she was captured by the Japanese during the Pacific War and was brutally beaten to death. She is seen on Balut Drive in Quezon City more than any other place in the Philippines. Taxi drivers say they have seen a young lady wearing all white needing a ride, and as she approaches the taxi, she disappears. Now, motorists that drive down Balut Drive by themselves alone at night, they say that as you are driving, she will appear in your back seat, and as you look in your rearview mirror, you will see her hideous face filled with bruises and blood. Number 4. The Headless Priest. Now imagine walking down the street alone at night. In the distance in front of you, you see a figure is approaching. Something is not right, but you just can't put your finger on it, so you shrug it off and you continue walking. As the figure approaches closer, you notice that it's a priest. Sigh of relief. Man, it's a priest. You see the priest has no head, and you're frozen in fear, and all you can do is stare as the priest walks by you, like you don't even exist. You notice in its hands, it's holding its head. Now, the headless priest or priests have been seen all over the Philippines, but mostly are seen in Barrangan City, and with good reason. During World War II, Barrangan City was the Japanese Imperial Army's headquarters, where they say that they would behead nuns and priests. Now, the scary part of this urban legend is they say if you ever encounter one of these priests without its holding its head, it's searching for it, and it's coming for yours. Number 3. Biringan City. Biringan City is located in Pagsayan in Samar. Thing is, where the city is supposed to be, it's forest. Barrangan City is an invisible city. It is known as the Black City. Those that have seen it say it has glorious light and it is beautiful with tall spires and cathedrals, and that their technology and architecture is way more advanced than ours. The inhabitants of Biringan City are said to be Encantos. Encantos are fairies who can shapeshift into human form. Only way you can tell the difference between a human and an Encanto is Encantos do not have a philtrum. They believe that there are 7 portals on how one can enter Barrangan City. Number 2. The Sitsit. This urban legend is based on a creature that stalks the woods. It is very mischievous and toys with their victims before taking them. Psst, you hear in the distance behind you. Don't look! It's the Sitsit stalking you. Your pace quickens as you try to flee the woods. Psst. Start to run. You're almost out of the woods. Psst. Petrified, you turn around. Everything goes silent. Nothing's there. Bam! The Sitsit snatches your ankles and drags you away to the realm. Number 1. Maria Lebeau. Maria Lebeau was married and a mother of 2. Now, her and her husband did work, and even with them working, the family fell in hard times. So Maria Lebeau decided to become an overseas Filipino worker. Once overseas, she was a very hard worker. Her employer, who was dying, approached her, offering her a gift. She accepted, not knowing what the gift was. She returned home to the Philippines. Now, once she was home, she started to feel ill, and she didn't know why. One day, her husband had went to work. She had this sensation for blood. The gift that her employer had bestowed upon her was the life of an aswang. When her husband came home, he found her hurtled over her sons. She was eating them. In a fit of rage, he pulled his bally song out of his back pocket and slashed his wife's face. She screeched and she ran. They say she still wanders the Philippines, looking for her next victim, cursed by her hunger for blood. Thanks for watching episode 13 in our first series of our Halloween special. Now stay tuned this weekend because we will be back at Knott's Berry Farm to taste some more foods. Guarantee you guys are not going to want to miss it. And sorry it took 2 days for me to get this video out. It took me a little longer to edit it than I expected, about a full day and a half. Well, you guys have a great day, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you tomorrow. Deuces!